Okay, so looking at the left-hand one as your first one, as we said, there's a lot of good things in your setup. Posture was looking good down the line, width of stance, alignment, ball position, all these things were good. And the fact that the ball was good, especially from someone who's hitting the ground behind the golf ball, that's a positive. Because a lot of times, like I said, people move the ball back in their stance to try and fix the ground first contact. That, again, causes more problems, as you said. So, issue was the grip being a little bit weak in those hands there. Okay, you can barely see the logo of your left-hand glove. Your right hand is kind of over the top too much, and you're creating what I often call as a kind of capital Y setup. Your hands are basically middle of your body. If we sort of took a line from your sort of eye line, this is the one the checkpoint to you, sort of to your foot there, the hands are nowhere near that red line, and that's what we've got to try and get yourself into. And the way we're going to do that on this right hand one now, start off with the club out in front of you, so the club face is square and you're gripping the club kind of as normal as you feel comfortable. There's no kind of thought process now in terms of how to hold it. And we take the golf club and we turn it to 11 o'clock ish, maybe 9, maybe 10 o'clock, 10:30. You'll find kind of a middle ground to start with, okay? Then when the club goes down the ground, we can see that club face now is very close. But again, your hands are in the middle of your body. You're still in that capital Y setup. By you then pushing your hands now when you come in the golf ball forwards towards your left thigh there now, we can now see the logo on your glove. We can see your lead arm now and the club are in a straight line from that left shoulder. We can see your eye line is now onto your big toe, rough, and it's not precise, it's somewhere in that area there, okay? And you're now in a position where you're going to be able to square that club face up effectively, yeah? So what will happen is generally is you will hit some shots there. You can sort of see the difference in those two there now, how you look a little bit more tilted on that right-hand one. The shoulder's a little bit lower, like I say. So when you come back to the golf ball now and hit the shots, your club face now is going to be square to target. Now, again, as we expect, your left leg is going to kind of move away. It kind of moves a little bit at the end there, sort of towards the finish position. It kind of knows where to get to. But this few shots we did with this stronger grip, the ball was just going straight left to target, which is fine, because when the ball is going straight left and we're just clipping the ground behind the ball, the way that you would, I think, just eventually start moving better is moving this hip now towards target. So rather, as we saw on this one here, when to try and fix the club face being open and get the ball towards target, your left hip now, sort of your left leg's kind of almost snapping, snapping backwards, and most of your weight impact now is kind of hanging back on this right foot there. I mean, there's your impact position. You see, there's the ball back to be hit. Look where your hands are. I mean, your hands are back here. The footwork is minimal, if anything at all. So you're almost in the same position you were at setup. Whereas what we want to try and see, if that's your impact there, is the body now moving towards target a bit more. The hands are getting a little bit nearer to target. I mean, the back of your blur and the front of your blur is, it's moving towards target. In an ideal world, the back of that blur be sort of the middle of you, and the front of that blur be by your left hip somewhere. Okay, this camera's not picking up every single frame rate, so you could argue that you might be there anyway, but we saw some better quality contact, which I think you can certainly feel yourself anyway, and the ball was going more left to target, We're able then to move our body to the left and get himself up on that left foot, okay? So practice this movement at home. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, drop it down, go to there, and just do this to the point where you can't not do it, and once that becomes kind of just your natural move, I could then sort of throw your club in a month and I go, there you go, Matt, throw your club, and you just set up that way. You have to think about doing it, because if you have to be conscious about doing all these little jazzy little things, chances are you might try a couple of times on the golf course, then not do it, or lose confidence to do it, or be conscious of doing it, or just forget. And then you're back to this position and then trying to fix the fault with another fault. Okay, buddy?
Okay,
that makes sense,
Yeah, absolutely.
Good stuff. So